it's interesting. It's fun to have a nice luxury car, and I'm okay with it as long as people kind of appreciate what they have and they're thankful for it. I always think there's something to be said for adolescents participating. So whether it's helping pay for the insurance or making sure they pay for the gas or repairs, that's something that I think would be a good idea. If I were to get my daughter a car in a few years, she would definitely be contributing somehow to the overall cost of the car.
I think that parents who make the decision to let their children drive luxury vehicles are, of course, entirely within their rights to do so. Given the accident record of young drivers, that would not seem to be a particularly economically prudent decision. I know there are parents who think that the latest safety equipment is important in cars that their children drive, but, Hondas are probably better for 17-year-old and 18-year-old drivers than Beamers.
What is your opinion of students at Scarsdale High School driving luxury cars as their first car?
It's hard for me to say. I can't condone it because I drove an Acura. I don't know if the Acura would be a luxury car, but I'm not. I'll tell you this much: I'm not gonna let my kids drive a BMW when they're older, for the first car.
Yes, I drive to school.
How old is the car that you drive?
Not even a year old.
Was it brand new when you got it?
Yes, it was.
What kind of car is it?
Mazda CX-5.
What do you think of the parking situation for juniors?
It's god-awful.
Do you think it's unfair that juniors don't have a designated parking lot?
Yes, I do.
How do your parents feel about you driving to school?
They're fine.
Have you ever had a student park in your spot?
In fact, I had a very recent situation where a student was parking in the faculty spot. And what was disturbing about it wasn't the fact that he was parking, but the student actually lied and said, I am here visiting from college and that I'm a college student, and that he was more inclined to be dishonest with me about why he was there than to deal with the consequences of the fact that he's there. And what I look at is, if you're going to do something and you know there's going to be consequences, deal with them.
So I've never had a student park in my designated spot because it's right outside my window. So I would catch them and make their life miserable. But I've had parents park in my spot.
How many students on average do you call into your office in order to ask them to move their cars?
Probably 2 or 3 a day. And sometimes there are repeat offenders. So I'm chasing down some of the same people over and over again. So the punishments escalate. And then eventually I can take away someone's privilege to park on campus entirely.
So I've ever seen a student park in the faculty lot?
Yeah.
Yes, look where my window is. And I have opened my window and yelled at some kid, "You can't park there! Move your car!" And they have. I had a student rear-end me once. That was pretty amusing too.
On the school campus?
No, at the end of Church Lane, where it's about to turn into Crane Road. I stopped at the stop sign and the student didn't.
Makes me wanna grow.
How far away do you live from school?
Not more than half a mile.
Do you walk to school?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that people should take the bus if it's available to them?
Yeah. If that's your option, yeah, it's good for you. I took a bus when I lived in Green Acres.
How far away do you live from the school?
Like 15 to 10 minutes.
Do you think it would be better to carpool?
Yeah, if you like live near someone, obviously on the way to school, I think it's better to like alternate days on who drives. It'll help the parking situation a lot.
If you lived within a mile of the school, so like the distance from the school to the village, would you still drive or would you choose other alternative methods of getting to school, like getting your parents to drive you if you can't walk?
If my parents could drive me, I would definitely do that. But like, I wouldn't necessarily walk, especially like in the winter.
Yeah.
Things like that.
How far away do you live from the school?
5-minute drive, 30-minute walk.
Do you think it would be better to carpool? You don't carpool.
I do carpool.
If you lived within a mile of the high school, so from here to the village, do you think you'd still drive or would you use alternative methods of transportation?
I think I'd get a friend that drives to pick me up on the way.
Do you have a bus that you can take to school?
I honestly don't know.
If you did, do you think you would take it instead of driving?
No.
Why?
I just think it's like inconvenient. Like if I want to stay after and talk to a teacher, then I don't have a ride home. If I have freeze and I want to leave, it's so much easier to just.
How far away do you live from the school?
2 miles.
Do you take a bus? Is there a bus that goes to your house?
Yeah, around my house.
Why don't you take the bus?
My dad can drive me. The office too.
Do you think it would be better to carpool with other seniors?
Well, I drive my sister's home, so it's basically we're not wasting a car, and then I do offer rides home to people who need it.
How do you feel about students driving to school when there are alternative methods available?
Well, my daughter drives to school also, but it just makes my life easier because then I don't have to worry about picking them up after school activities and things like that. So I think it's good for some reasons because then your parent doesn't have to run back and forth or babysitter or somebody else to pick up your child. But if there's no after school or anything like that, and you could just take the bus.
I'm very anti-bus culture, personally. I don't like buses for kids. I think they're not safe. They don't have seatbelts. I think there needs to be people monitoring the bus because I think that's where a lot of bullying and other kinds of things happen. So I've always tried to make sure that my kids have rides to and from, whether like my son drives now, but I've typically arranged for rides when possible.
No, because we really can't. The gravel lot where many kids park is actually not school property, it's village property. So there are all sorts of zoning regulations about what you can and can't do over there, and they just, it's almost as a courtesy, allow us to have kids park over there. So technically, that's not even our property. There really are no other spaces on campus where we could expand parking. One kid a few years ago suggested and actually did a presentation in class that we build a parking garage. But that's absurd because it's millions of dollars to build such a thing. And I'm not sure the community would pay for it. So no, I gotta tell you, if no juniors parked, like if it was an understanding that no juniors drove to school, we'd be fine. Because all the juniors get here early, they park all on Brewster Road. And I get it, that's not school property, so we have no control over that. But if that was all for seniors, we'd be able to probably have a spot for every senior.
To help me crystallize, and you've got the faith that I could bring paradise.